line, it got confused, and folks thought that other folks were saying not to love them at all, throw them away pretty much and all that. And that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. But I started laughing because it reminded me back in the day when we played the game telephone, remember?
Right.
You say, hi, how you doing? By the 20th person, they say somebody stole your cat. You know, the message completely changed.
Exactly.
How do you feel your music helps the relationship, or how has it helped your relationship?
I think our music was subtle, but it was sexy. You know what I'm saying? Our music, you know, I think for one, it was a new day for big boys. It made it cool to be a big boy. Number two, it was a smooth way of saying, you know, I want to do it like one song we had. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The birds and the bees, sugar, you and me. It was a respectable, subtle way to say, I want to do it. I want to have sex. I want to bone you. You know what I'm saying? Right. We had different things. We had different songs like that. Like, and with Use Me, we was like, you know, use me. It's all about you. Whatever you want, come and get it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like with the Trey songs. I like Trey songs. I really, really, really like Trey songs, dude. I think at this point, because they're not looking to the older groups and different stuff like that, I think he's the future of R&B. And if the thing that'll make him last and get respect from the older people is if, as he gets older, his music changes and his music will grow with him, with his fans. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's still not trying to make I Invented Sex 20 years from now or 10 years from now, you know, God willing, he still has a career. But I think, you know, as far as like the Soul Train Awards, I thought it was decent. The American Music Awards was the worst thing I've seen on TV in a long time.
Oh, yes.
I was like, and you know, I love Mary J. Blige, but I'm not a big fan of her voice. She's had some great songs over the year, but it's sad to say that during a star-studded billionaire business show that Mary J. saved the show with her performance. It's sad to me. It's just sad to say that because Mary J. Let's keep it real. If you look at the line of vocalists, okay, you can say she's one of the greatest to ever do it because she is a hell of an entertainer. But you can't put her in the top 10 vocalists without disrespecting anybody that has done it in the years. I'm saying Aretha, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight. You can't put her up there with them. You can't do that. So I say that's sad to say that when Mary J. Blige saves a $1 billion show. Can you give me some tea, man, and a cup of ice? And you know, I think it's a sad day because it's not a lack of talent. It's just that they're not trying to. They're selling meat, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They're selling a visual, and it's like it's a shame to say that. Even with our like when the '90s groups came out. Like from 94 on down, when they put records out, they weren't trying to cultivate the artist or mold them or put them in the right perspective where they'd be around for 20, 30 years. You know, most of the cats from the 90s is, you know, they scrounging. We you know, maybe a few of us that might be well-to-do, you know, like RL from Next because he wrote a lot of songs. You know, Montel Jordan, he wrote some big records. But, I mean, everybody else is still grinding. But anybody from the 80s on back, They took those groups and they molded them and they cultivated their careers and made sure that they was going to be around because the record companies believed in them and they wanted to get that money. I'm saying now it don't really make a difference. They'll throw a record out and whatever happens, man. You know,
and then make another clone of that same type of stuff. Yeah,
and you didn't have that back in the day. Like when Bone Thugs and Harmony came out, you had 1 million records coming out like that. Back in the day, it was one Marvin Gaye, it was one Stevie Wonder, it was one Ray Charles, it was one James Brown, it was one Michael Jackson, and I mean, that's the advantage that them cats had back then because they didn't allow that copycat shit, man. But I mean, I think it's not really. It's like the music that these people that everybody's making, it ain't their fault because that's all they know. And, you know, and put some blue in there too. I blame, you know, the parents because we as parents, you know, like I went to my 20th high school reunion last year, and some of them cats got grandkids. A lot of them did. And I'm like, damn, So, you know, it's like it's on us to really like teach our kids, our grandkids the music and keep it flowing. And it's like one thing I'm like up where I'm from in like the Ohio region, I can't say I'm so grateful that a lot of like 18 and under and 18 and over know who Men at Large is because their parents were so engulfed with our movement up in that area that they passed it down to their kids. And there's a lot of different places like that where I see that, and that's how, and you know, we need to continue to do that. I mean, music is so rich and it's so full. I mean, there's so much that we can offer them besides what they offering us now, what they forcing us to eat now.
Yeah. When do we regurgitate it and say, hey, I want something new?
Well, the only way we're going to get something new is when we all start to stand up. You know what I'm saying? Black people don't do nothing no more until somebody get killed or somebody get murdered or till Tom Joyner or Michael Basin get on the radio and say something about it. You don't have movements like you used to back in the day. Because best believe, black folks got some money and they spending money. If they stop listening to them radio stations, then they would stop, you know, buying commercial time because nobody would buy it. And I'm saying they would lose. You know, then they would have to change the format. But I'm saying, dude, you got to face it. Like, it's 40 and 50-year-old cats liking Gucci Mane. What you going to do?
Thank you.
They got us. I mean, I like some of that stuff. That dude is one of the most unintellectual cats I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? He purposely talks ignorant on his record, scrimp and street and scrimp. I mean, okay, that's cool, but it ain't cool. You know what I mean?
Right. It ain't uplifting. It's not really doing anything.
But the crazy thing is, I like it.
I mean, I bob my head to it, you know, but
I ain't gonna buy it though.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. I can't per se support it financially. You know, I'm stuck in the old school. You know, if you're not KRS-One or
oh my God, come on,
and stuff like that,
man.
I can't listen to you. I would even listen to Will Smith, and that's not to knock him, but Will did his shit for himself in his particular genre of rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, if parents can't understand versus Superman that hoe, I give it to Will each and every time. Even with his jacked up hairline record time. You know, even, what was his name? Young MC. All stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if the times is what's changing the music. Because remember when you didn't know what the hell to do, but you listen to Marvin Gaye and he's talking about, I sure do like the ball. You know, you listen to that and you kind of get an inkling of what you're supposed to do. You know, what kind of girls should you have? Sanctified pussy. Yeah. You know, you can't go to the house, you don't know what to do, turn off the lights.
Yeah.
You know, the songs told you what to do. I mean,
right.
Don't get me wrong, you play Teddy, you pretty much raping a girl, but it was okay.
Right.
You know, now it's like, I think after Babyface, I mean, okay, I can't say after Babyface, called R, you have to give it to him. As an artist, he's talented. Outside the recording room in the States, he has issues. You know, but he's a definite talent, but we don't know how to make love musically anymore to help teach us how to make love in the bedroom. All we do is doing straight fucking now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, wow. 'Cause, I mean, anybody could tell you about a Luther song. You know, and this was interesting. I heard somebody ask Luther, who does Luther listen to when he wants to get his groove on? Mm-hmm. Luther joked around and said, myself. But I personally think he was dead ass serious. Mm-hmm. You know, then he said, well, now I listen to the classics like Dionne Warwick and stuff like that, but I don't see that. Who would you listen to? And I automatically know you're going to say Gerald.
Well, I might not, man. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I never was big on. I mean, I guess I was romantic to a certain extent, but I never was big on putting music on. Like, I can remember the times that I have done that. You know, I've seen chicks put my music on and it, like, take them to, like, another level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It freaked me out. It freaked me out watching that because they were, like, in super zone mode, you know, super. I'm like, okay. We need to play this all the time. You know what I'm saying? I can remember that a few times to just putting on my joint. Put on your CD. Now let's just go all the way through. Okay, you know, fuck it. I mean, I wasn't really, you know, I don't, you know, if I want to, like, my favorite times of music.